Millionaire returned home early, caught Fiancée kicking his elderly mother, his actions shocked. The rain was still dripping from the sky when the black luxury car rolled quietly into the driveway hours before it was supposed to. The mansion lights were on, glowing warmly against the dark evening, but something felt wrong the moment he stepped out. The air felt heavy, as if the house itself was holding its breath. He had returned early to surprise the woman he planned to marry, dreaming of a tender moment, perhaps laughter, perhaps gratitude for the life they were building together. Instead, the silence inside the house screamed louder than any sound ever could. Before the story goes deeper, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and standing up for those who cannot protect themselves, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps keep stories like this alive. He had built his fortune from nothing, rising from cramped rented rooms and sleepless nights into a man the world called a self-made millionaire. Yet, despite all his success, his greatest pride was not his wealth, but his elderly mother. She had raised him alone, washing clothes for strangers, skipping meals so he could eat, whispering courage into his ears when the world treated them cruelly. Age had bent her back and slowed her steps, but her love had never weakened. When he brought his fiancée into their home, he believed he was giving his mother safety and comfort for the rest of her days. As he moved through the hallway, a sharp sound froze him in place. His heart began to pound as he followed the noise toward the living room. What he saw shattered the image of love and trust he had been carrying for months. His frail mother was on the floor, trembling, her hands struggling to support her weak body. Standing over her was the woman he was about to marry, her face twisted with anger and disgust, her foot withdrawing from where it had just struck the elderly woman's side. There was no misunderstanding, no accident. It was cruelty, raw and undeniable. Time seemed to collapse in on itself. Memories flooded his mind all at once, his mother shielding him from insults, her hand shaking as she handed him his first school bag, her quiet prayers whispered late at night. And now, the woman he trusted with his future was treating that same mother as if she were worthless. The shock cut deeper than any betrayal he had ever known, not because of what was done to him, but because of what was done to the woman who gave him life. He did not explode with rage. Instead, something colder, heavier, and more powerful took over. He rushed to his mother, lifting her gently, feeling how light she had become in his arms. The tears he had not cried in years burned his eyes, but his hands were steady. He carried her away from the room, placing her somewhere safe, somewhere warm, promising her silently that this was over, that no one would ever hurt her again. Under his roof, the house that once symbolized success now felt like a courtroom. He stood there, looking at the woman who had revealed her true self, realizing how easily masks fall when power is misused. He thought of all the moments he had ignored small signs, all the excuses he had made, believing love required patience and compromise. In that moment, he understood that love without respect is not love at all. What he did next shocked everyone who would later hear the story. He did not argue or beg for explanations. He did not try to salvage the relationship or protect his image. With calm clarity, he ended everything instantly. The engagement was over. The future he had planned vanished in seconds. He made it clear that the house, the wealth, and the life she enjoyed were never hers to abuse. Security escorted her out, not as revenge, but as justice. The doors closed behind her, and with them closed a chapter built on illusion. News of the broken engagement spread quickly through their social circles. Some whispered that he had overreacted. Others speculated about hidden motives. But none of that mattered to him anymore. That night, he sat beside his mother, feeding her with his own hands, listening to her soft breathing as she slept. The mansion felt smaller, humbler, but warmer than it ever had before. For the first time in years, he understood that success means nothing if it costs your humanity. In the days that followed, he rearranged his life completely. He reduced his work hours, hired compassionate caregivers, and redesigned the house to suit his mother's comfort. He donated large sums to shelters for abused elders, not for publicity, but because he had seen firsthand how silently cruelty can hide behind closed doors. His pain became purpose, his heartbreak transformed into protection for others who had no voice. Just before the ending, pause for a moment and comment below. Do you believe true character is revealed in moments of power or moments of compassion? As his mother slowly regained strength, something else healed too. He learned that walking away from the wrong person is not failure, but courage. That standing up for the vulnerable is the greatest form of strength. And that real love never humiliates, never harms, and never asks you to choose between your heart and your conscience. If this story touched your heart, If it made you think of someone you love or someone who deserves better, please like the video, share it, and leave a heartfelt comment. Your engagement tells us these stories matter and reminds the world that kindness, once chosen, can change everything.